Well, good afternoon, YTPC. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great weekend. And, weeks are passing faster. Aren't they, Jez lad? Happy birthday, fella. Hope you're having a good one. Just piping, it's his birthday today. Housekeeping. Today I've got my Regency pot pipe. Can't get these anymore now, they've all gone. The Regency ones anyway. And in it, thank you Dave, got some H.U. Tillerman. Well, we've got a few more subs today. We've got, I'll just read them off quickly. We've got Arizona Whirlwind. We've got a Ralph D. A Bakary Silla. I think I pronounced that right. Bakery, but I think it's Bakary. Bakary Silla. A B-Dog Piper. A Y Floz. Greybo Duke. And a new kid on the block. We've got a young man from over here in the UK, down in Portsmouth, and he's called KnottsAndPipes. And I'll leave their details in my description box, and then you can look them up if you want to. So, I mentioned Jez, didn't I? It's his birthday today. So, happy birthday, fella. I was having a bit of a chat with Bob earlier on when he had a couple of minutes to spare. Trucking piper Bob, he's absolutely flat out. I think as quick as I can put cement in that mixer of his, it's getting poured. He's just absolutely flat out as a fella. He says he can't wait for the Easter holidays. So bless you, man. Bless you. As the old major used to say, old boy from up in the Dales, he used to, crack goes the whip and fat goes the donkey. He used to say, come on, crack on, let's get going. Another old character who's no longer with us. Piping Sculpture, we've got him over 100 subs this weekend. And I hope you're feeling better, Daryl. I hope you're recovering well after your operation. So well done, everybody, for popping across and hitting his sub-channel. And Polly Paw Piper, she's in the Hardcastle Club now. She's bought herself a Hardcastle. And for those of you who don't know the channel, Polly Paw Piper, grand lass, out walking dog, out in on commons, on fells, or wherever she's at, but it's a good channel, so look her up. And I'll leave Polly Paw's details in the description as well. You can look her up. And yeah, she's bought Hardcastle, and one thing I forgot to mention, she did mention it, there is export Hardcastles as well. So look on her channel and she'll show it, you'll see what pipe she's got and she'll explain what they are. So that was that. Now I know what we're up to for me. There's plenty of time. Put my pipe down. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Well, now then. What's more reliable? One of those, a Satnav, or the good old road map. The number of times I've had people ask, excuse me, we're looking for so-and-so, and they've got a Satnav, and Satnav's taken them way off. Have you got a road map? And some of them do, some of them don't. But even those who do, can't read them. You can't beat the old-fashioned way. When I was wagon driving, we didn't have Satnavs. We had these. And the night before, I'd get my route. I know where I was going. I'd be on the map. If I had time at work, I'd do it at home at work. If not, I'd bring it home. I'd work out my route. Say, down the A1, come off, onto M1, travel down to so-and-so, so-and-so, come off junction so-and-so. Always got there. Always got there. Always found where I was going and always got there on time. These things, people rely on them too much. Out of curiosity, when I went over to make Welsh over at Gothland, I was early, in fact, when I set off, and I thought, well, just see where the Satnav takes us. Took me down this road, back up to the other side, and this was an updating Satnav, which is not that one, an updating Satnav, what's in the car. Took me down this twisty road, back up to the other side, back twist. I could have been there if I'd gone my own way. No, you can't beat the old maps. And I think everybody should learn how to read a map, especially a road map. But anyway, that's my whinge about them things. Now then, near-death experiences. I don't know if that's what you'd call them, but that's what I'm going to call it. Have you ever had one? Because I've had a couple, or one main one anyway. When I was a young lad, many years ago, I was about six or 7 year old, somewhere around there, and my uncle, he lived down in London, but they used to come up to my uncle's cottage up in the Dales, and they'd come for a week or a fortnight or something like that, and we only saw each other maybe once a year, and we always make the most of it. And I used to go and play with my cousins, like with Ian and Nicola and what have you. Anyway, there was this day I was up at their place at the cottage, and we went out playing in a bit of a wood. And inside this wood there was an old derelict building. It was what it was an old lead miner's pay hut. It was it was derelict. You could just see bits where apex used to come up where the wall was, and there was no roof on it or out like that. It was just the carcass of the building. And he says, I'd like to go over the top of there. And I said, oh, I don't know about that. No, I'm not doing that. And it's, of course, you chicken, you're frightened, all the rest of it stuff. And I said, well, you go first then. And if you get over all right, I'll go over. So anyway, he goes over the top and a few stones fell off, which unnerved me. Now, this is the only bit I remember. I was saying, if you go over, I'll go over. Anyway, I'd apparently started to go over, and the whole lot just collapsed down on us. And as I say, I don't remember any of this. And apparently Ian had sent Nicola and my other cousin to go and run up to the cottage to go and get my uncle and auntie to come running down to. Obviously, there was a bit of a problem. Anyway, my uncle came down, and this is what he said afterwards, was when they got there, they just saw my little blue Wellingtons just sticking out of this bit of through these stones. And he thought I was dead. And there was no movement, there was just nothing. And as he was taking off these stones, he noticed, and he said this after he said this, well, he's passed on now, bless him, but on these old stone buildings, they have like what they call a throw stone. Some people call them a trough, and it goes right through the whole wall and it binds it together. Anyway, this trough had throwstone had come right down across the back of my head, I suppose, and shielded me for all the other stones what were coming down on top. And he got us out, and again, I can't remember any of this, and I was just limp. And I think they put me on my auntie's knee, and he drove down to my mum and dad's house and swapped places. My auntie got out, my mother got in, then they just passed me across onto my mother's lap. And my mother didn't like speed. She didn't like driving fast. She didn't like being a passenger fast. Now, my Uncle Norman, he had a Ford Capri. It was a 3 litre, one of these get fast, well, top at range it was anyway. And she said he was absolutely airborne going down, which then was called the Duchess of Kent Military Hospital in Catterick Garrison. And she said it was absolutely airborne. She said he was there in no time at all. It was about 15, 20 mile away, like, and she said he was, if there was any red lights, he just went through. It was just, he was getting there and that was it. Anyway, I was obviously concussed. I can't remember much of this at all. Well, I can't remember any of it. And they stitched me all up apparently. They never gave me any anaesthetic to stitch me up, numb my wounds or anything like that. It's how what my mother called bitch of a doctor just stitched me up. And apparently I was screaming and what have you, lashing out, and all my forehead was all cut open down here. I had a big cut across the back of my head. My finger was hanging off. There was cuts across the back of here. There was cuts here. I was cut to bits, absolutely smashed to bits. And I had to wear a collar for God knows how many months afterwards because it had all affected my neck. And but anyway, apparently at the end of it all, I needed a tetanus jab, and I think I'd had that gone through so much with all this stitching up and prodding and poke and God knows what else. It took four nurses and my mother to hold me down for my tetanus jab in my backside. But yeah, that stone, it was just, there was a guardian angel looking over me that day, there must have been, because for it to fall the way it fell and just shield like over my back of my neck and, you know, wherever, which other place it was, or maybe across my back, I think he said it was, maybe. But it must have been if I was cut all, I don't know, but it was across me anyway. And it broke the fall of the rest of the stones what came down on top of me. And somebody up there said, it's not your turn. And it was a quick hand of God, I do believe. I was definitely saved. But very, very lucky. A lucky lad. Right, guys, I'll leave it at that. And I'll catch you on the next one. And also, I should have mentioned this earlier on, my sub count, guys, I'm blown away by it all. I'm over 600 now, and I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. And as I say, I'm just an old Dales lad, and just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everybody who subbed my channel. It does mean a lot. It means a lot. So I will see you all on the next one. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your day, and enjoy your smokes. Ta-da now.